Kidnapped at 11, found alive 18 years later. It was a normal morning in 1991 when 11-year-old Jaycee Dugard left her home in South Lake Tahoe, California to catch her school bus, but that ordinary day would turn into a nightmare that will last 18 years. Jaycee never returned home that afternoon. Despite countless searches, tips, and investigations, she disappeared without a trace. Her family endured years of anguish, holding onto hope while the world seemed to forget her. The case puzzled law enforcement for nearly 2 decades. How could a young girl vanish so completely? Oh my God! Years went by, and Jaycee's story became a tragic mystery, but the breakthrough came in 2009. Seemingly out of nowhere, officers were conducting routine checks on Philip Garrido, a man who had been under previous investigation for suspicious behavior, including past sexual offenses. While Garrido had avoided scrutiny for years, a combination of community tips and law enforcement persistence finally turned the tide. Neighbors had reported strange activity around Garrido's property, particularly his trailer in the backyard. It was heavily locked, fenced, and covered in traps, with unusual comings and goings at odd hours. Police decided to obtain a search warrant, sensing that something wasn't right. When the officers arrived at Garrido's property, their first impression was deceptively ordinary, but as they moved closer, they noticed inconsistencies, secret fences, traps that concerned parts of the yard, and Garrido's uneasy demeanor. It was clear that he was hiding something. Inside the property, behind the trailer, was a hidden compound, meticulously constructed to keep anyone from noticing what was inside. Within that compound, they discovered a small makeshift room, barely large enough to stand in. The room was cluttered with old mattresses, children's toys, and personal items, the remnants of a life forced into captivity. And there she was, Jaycee Dugard, alive after 18 long years, frail but alert, terrified yet holding on to hope. She had survived in a world of confinement and deception and fear. She had spent nearly 2 decades of her life in this hidden room, separated from her family and the outside world. Police immediately secured the area and called in medical teams and social services. They carefully documented every detail of the compound.
You'll see tonight for the first time video obtained by the prosecutor, a parole officer coming to the sex offender's house and never rescuing a girl just a few feet away. Chris Cuomo investigates.
Mr. Mesner, we just want to ask you a question. They hear a report that there are kids living in a backyard, and they're not curious at all. That's what I don't get. It seems impossible to common sense.
Makeshift chains and ropes, hidden spaces, the layout designed to conceal her, and even small signs of how she had endured her unimaginable ordeal. The moment was staggering, both for law enforcement and for the nations following the case. When Jaycee was reunited with her family, the emotions were overwhelming. Tears, relief, and disbelief mixed together as a girl who had been lost for nearly 20 years finally returned to her loved ones. News outlets around the world reported the story, describing it as one of the most astonishing survival stories in modern history. The discovery wasn't just about finding a missing girl. It was about justice, perseverance, and a human spirit. Every detail mattered: the secret yard, the hidden rooms, the courage of those who refused to give up hope. Jaycee Dugard's story remains a powerful reminder of resilience in the face of unimaginable adversity. So many people will wonder, why did he even kidnap her? Just to put her in a room? Not that he killed her, he didn't, he just left her there, and probably he was feeding her. If not, she wouldn't have survived till that time. But it's a very, very painful story, and we are thanking God that she has been found, that they found her alive, and she was able to reunite with her family. Thank you for watching. I remain your boy. Do like this video, share it, and also subscribe. Comment your thought. Thank you.
That was mine. I wasn't alone.